This course is called IKYA Aligned Crystal Healing. So a lot of people ask, the aligned part, what is that all about?
If you understand that crystals are live beings, it's just like plants that grow extremely slowly, It also means that they can die. All life forms can die. But the crystal will not decompose. The structure will still be there. And most crystals that people use are actually dead. And there are many reasons for that. It's that, that form has simply died, just like humans die at some point. It can also happen through trauma, how they're being mined. It could also be due to stress, both what's happening on the planet, but also how you treat it. Now, just like a leaf on a tree, a leaf needs to be connected to the tree for kind of the juices and the flow and the energy of the tree to be part of that leaf, and it will be alive. And the moment the leaf disconnects from the tree, it's dying. And so it is with crystals. They need to be connected to what we often refer to as mother crystals, which can be compared to a tree. And individual crystals can be viewed as leaves. So all the crystals that we use in the course, they are still part of the tree, and therefore they're vibrant. And the vibration of the mother crystal will vibrate through the crystals that you have. And we're also enhancing the flow through that crystal and enhancing the crystal's ability to channel. So when you get your crystal, it's vibrant and it's channeling on its own. And when they are aligned, it also means that they're very robust. You never really need to cleanse them, because as long as they're part of the tree, they're self-cleansing. This is also the big difference between crystals that are still aligned and crystals that are not. Crystals that are not need a lot of cleansing because they're dying or dead. It means even a dead crystal can work, but it will only, as a structure, then reflect your own energy.
Sort of passively,
Yes.
and statically. Yeah.
So your own energy will then pass through that crystal and be reflected. So you will also then have a type of enhancement of your own energy because it's being mirrored, and therefore you become more aware of it. But when you have a crystal that is alive, it will also be channeling that energy actively. And this is what people in the course are so surprised. I've again talked with people who've been dealing with crystals their entire lives. They said this is so different because they can feel that no matter what they do, the crystal is actively working, and it becomes like an extra organ, that is doing its thing without you even focusing on it. And that can only happen when they are alive and aligned. And in this course, also because we're working with the mother crystal, we're working with guardians, the whole flow into your own system, your own consciousness, will be amplified.
So one way that I've heard my fellow students talking is that the difference is a little bit like with these non-aligned dead crystals, it's a bit basically just like looking in a mirror. Whereas with these alive, vibrant, IKYA Aligned Gemstones, it's an actual dialogue, because I'm projecting, but also the crystals actively projecting the teachings that you're, sort of giving through from the guardians to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like dialogue with a person, If you are talking to someone in a coma, it will be mostly you do the talking, and you can still have emotions, you can still connect with their stories and all of that. But when you have a live person, that person can also talk back, can also introduce ideas and angles and see you and confront you in ways that you can't do just looking in the mirror, right? So it adds a new level. And it's important to understand that there are fewer and fewer alive crystals on this planet, because humans don't treat crystals very well, just like they don't treat animals well, they don't treat plants well, they don't treat each other well. So when you're dealing with a life form that they don't even understand is alive, humans normally have no respect for them. So we make sure that all the crystals we use are alive and that are aligned and therefore also protected. And we advise people to treat them like family members and organs and pets and whatever, but that we show them respect and love so they can do their job. And I think also it's an important discipline for humans to learn to relate to the fact that all life is alive. They all have purpose. They're all channeling energy. And I hope also when working with the crystals in this course that people get inspired to look at everything around them as living beings and enhance the respect and the love and the cooperation that we can have with everything around us.
So what I hear is that the IKYA alignment is really about expanding and strengthening that connection and flow to the mother crystal. But then there's personal alignment. And that's a choice you have when you join IKYA Aligned Crystal Healing. You can also have your gemstones personally aligned. What does that mean? How does it work?
It means that a particular crystal will be assigned to you and becomes more actively like an extra organ. And it means that it will mostly be working with you. When other people hold a stone, because it's alive, they will feel something, but it will be actively working with you. And also people in the course, they notice a difference because we've had some people joining without aligning them personally. And then they figure out, oh, I should have had them aligned. And then we align them personally and they feel it's a whole new level because they become like extra organs. They focus on you in particular and they become part of your body and they become part of your consciousness. And the alignment process is interesting in the way that we can see the stone changing. And for people who are not used to crystals being alive, this can be shocking. I've had also people coming to me in sessions and they bring their crystals. And as we work, they can see that the crystal is physically changing before their eyes. And a typical thing is that, you could have a clear quartz and they come with it and it's being aligned, but because of the session and what we're doing, it can be clear, at the start. And by the end of the session, it's milky white because it's working and it's helping that individual to transmute the energies. And we've also seen stones looking a certain way. They can change pattern. They can change kind of the whole appearance based on how kind of hard it's working. And this is yet another level where people get so surprised because this can't be happening, and yet it is. So it's so fun when we're doing the alignment process. Often within a few days, we can see that they physically change. And it's part of the stones then becoming assigned and completely connected to their individual.